Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time watching, welcome. I hope you like it here and I hope you choose to stay. My name is Tabo and I make content about my life in South Korea. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you for choosing to watch yet another one of my videos. So it is December and school year in Korea ends in February and begins in March. So usually I think January the 1st or 2nd, I'm not sure, public schools will close and the new school year will begin in March. That means a lot of schools are looking for new teachers, right? And this is the time where a lot of teachers are faced with the question of whether or not they are renewing their contract, and if they are not, they'll probably start looking for new schools. That means they'll have to start signing new contracts. And yeah, today I decided that I want to share with you guys with a little experience that I have. I've literally only been in Korea for like a year and 4 months now, so I'm not that experienced when it comes to, you know, contract proving and seeing what are the red flags, or rather what needs to be there, what doesn't need to be there. I'm not an expert in that field, but I have picked up a few things from other people and I just thought it would be nice to share with you guys, so that if you are looking at signing a contract in South Korea, you know what to ask and you know what to expect, right? So I am going to be sharing with you guys interview questions that you need to be asking in your interviews, and things that you need to look out for in your contract. So yeah, without wasting any more of your time, let's get into today's video. Okay, so these are just some of the interview questions that I would ask to my school or my potential school that I'll be interviewing with. And yeah, if you guys want to ask some of these questions, here goes. So the first question is that, do you have a curriculum and a set time frame as to when I should be completed with the books? The reason why I'm asking this, so you want to know if the school you're going to be teaching at has a set curriculum. That would mean, do they have books that they are using, or do they not have books and you're going to have to create material for the kids, or you're going to have to choose the books for the kids, you know? The first school that I worked at, they didn't have a curriculum. So I didn't know what I was doing. As a first-time teacher, it was very hard for me. I didn't know what I was doing. I was confused. I didn't have any training and it was really hard. And I obviously moved to another school that has a curriculum that is set. I don't have to worry about planning and materials and stuff like that. All materials were already provided for, so I just needed to prepare the materials, cut and laminate all the flashcards that I'll be using. Basically, that is what I have to do. All the material, the flashcards and the books are already there and they correlate and they align. I just had to cut and prepare the flashcards. So mostly in kindergartens, they usually have a timeline as to when all the books need to be completed. I find that it's easier to work for a school that does not have a set timeline as to when they want the books to be completed, because I feel like it alleviates the pressure of you having to finish the book. The second question that you would have to ask is, what are the working hours and how much prep time do you get? So in Korea, they have working hours and teaching hours. For instance, my work hours are from 9 to 6, right? At my current school. And my previous school, my work hours were from 2 to 9:30. So teaching hours are the actual hours that you're going to be teaching. So it's spending in the classroom and teaching the kids, right? And prep time is basically time for you to prepare all the materials that you'll need to conduct the classes and to teach the classes. So oh my gosh, this sound is so annoying. I'm so sorry, you guys. Prep time is basically the time that you get to prepare the materials, teaching hours or the actual hours that you spend teaching the kids, and working hours are the time that you have to be at the work or rather at the school premises, the hours that you have to be at school. I hope that makes sense. Another thing that I would ask is, during lunchtime, do I have to eat lunch with the kids? How long is the lunch time, and do I have to get that lunch separate from the kids? Because I know in some schools you actually have to sit in the classroom with the kids while they eat, and yeah. In other schools you get to have the lunch break by yourself, no disturbances. You can even step out of the school premises, which I think is very nice, and go to the bank, you know, and get stuff done. So I think that is very important to ask. The fourth thing, so I mentioned curriculum. Do you have a curriculum? What are the working hours, teaching hours, as well as prep hours, and do you get to eat lunchtime outside of the school? The fourth thing that I would ask is that, should you get COVID, are they still going to be able to pay you your full salary, or is it going to be deducted? So are they going to cut a portion of your salary, or are they going to pay you your entire salary? I was very fortunate. I contracted COVID, I think at the end of November, and luckily for me, my school filed at the health, office or something, and I was paid my whole month's salary. So I'm very fortunate. Future contracts, obviously this is something that I'm going to be looking out for. Yeah, I think that was very great, and I felt very grateful. I felt very grateful that my school was able to pay me, even though I stayed away for a week because I had contracted COVID. Okay, number 5, how many sick days do I get? So do you get sick leave or do you not get sick leave? I know, I think the minimum that they should give you is like 3 days of sick leave that is paid. Some schools don't give you. I recently had an interview with another school. Excuse me. I recently had an interview with another school, and they were like, you don't get any sick days. I'm like, what? How do you expect me to work the entire year without getting sick, and you're gonna deduct my salary when I do get sick? Like, guys, getting sick is not something that you plan for. It's not something that you just wake up and decide, oh, today, you know what, I want to feel sick. No, you know, it happens to everyone. So yeah, I'm just like, why would I work for a place that wouldn't allow me to stay home should I feel sick? And also, it goes beyond that. Some schools will ask that you provide proof that you went to a doctor, and they will choose a school for you. They will choose a hospital for you. They will choose a specific hospital, which I think is an absolute red flag. No. The 6th thing I would ask is, how many times do you have to lesson plan? Do you have to lesson plan monthly? Do you have to lesson plan weekly? Do you have to lesson plan, I don't know, quarterly or semesterly? Is there such a word? Semesterly? I don't know. The nice thing about the hagwon that I currently work for is that, like, my lesson plans don't have to be in detail. I just need to write what I'm going to be teaching on that day at that time, like which subject I'm going to be teaching. Say I'm going to be teaching speaking lesson 5 or speaking lesson 4, and the name of the book. So I like that. Like I said, all the books are already set, the material curriculum, so I don't have to worry about that. I just need to do my weekly lesson plan, which honestly is not that much of a huge deal, but yeah. And also, are you getting enough prep time to be preparing for lesson plans, or like to prepare lesson plans? The 7th thing that I would ask is, how often do you have to write quarter tests and reports for the kids? So do you write, or how often do you have to write tests? So do you write tests at the end of each book? Do you write tests at the end of each quarter? Do you write tests at the end of each semester? Or do you not write tests at all? My previous school, they didn't write tests, so that meant I didn't have to write any reports. They literally just came, I taught them, and they went back home. I didn't have to interact with the parents. It was very nice. It was very chilled, honestly. Currently I have to write quarter tests. Well, the kids write quarter tests every quarter, so 4 times a year, and I have to write reports 4 times a year. So yeah. Is there a teacher training period? Is there a teacher training period? So some schools will have you for 5 days or 3 days where they are basically inducting you into the school, and they are orientating you, showing you around the city, the school, how they do things. They'll have you shadow some teachers' classes for a few days just so you can see how they work or how they do things in the school. Sometimes it is paid or sometimes it's unpaid. So you just, I don't know guys, I would obviously ask for it to be compensated in some way, but if not, yeah, just be aware that it is unpaid. So you're going to be working for 5 days unpaid, which you can always negotiate, and I'll always advise you guys to negotiate. You know, when I first signed my first contract, I was like, no, you know, I don't want to be a problem, I don't want to cause troubles, but they will really try to get away with a lot of things. So just try and negotiate. In most cases they'll say okay. If not, at least you try to negotiate, or you can just move to another school that is going to be able to give you a paid training period. The ninth thing, how many vacation days do you get? So with hagwons, you are legally obligated to get 11 working days, I think. Some hagwons still offer 10 days, which I feel like it's okay. Honestly, for me, I feel like 1 day it's okay, it's whatever, you know. But some people like are very fussy about it, and they'll tell you no, that is illegal. You have to give 11 working days. That is the minimum vacation days required by law. So yeah, I know some schools offer 2 weeks vacation. Some schools offer up to a month. Yeah, no, like guys, people are really living the best lives out here. People have vacation days for days, literally. Oh, another important thing that you need to ask when you ask about your vacation days is that are weekends included in your vacation days? So I know a friend of mine who had 5 vacation days, right? In their previous school, they had 5 vacation days, but how it worked was that, say the vacation started on a Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So they have to come back to work on Wednesday, which is not really 5 working days, because anyway, you're not working on what do you call Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, just make sure that they give you 5 working days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or however way they want to, they are gonna try and work it out, but they must be working days. This thing of getting vacation Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like who works? We don't work on a Saturday and Sunday anyway, so why are you counting that as vacation days, you know? And another important question is, how many foreign teachers are there currently? It would be best if you guys ask for the contact details of the foreign teachers who are there, and do not get the what do you call, the contact details of the head foreign teacher. They'll usually have only nice things to say about the school. Maybe get 2 or 3 teachers' contacts, and make sure that you talk to them after working hours. I would advise that you talk to just more than 1 teacher if obviously the school is big. Another important thing that you guys need to ask is overtime, right? Is it paid? When you work overtime, is it paid or not? And also overtime in terms of working after your working hours, or should you substitute another lesson? Say for instance a teacher is not there and you have to substitute another lesson. Is that also considered as overtime or not? So just be clear with that. And yeah, I think negotiate for at least 22,000 rand for overtime. I mean 22, oh my word, that would be a lot of money. Last but not least, I would advise you guys to ask for pictures of your housing, the housing that you'll be staying in. I know for some teachers it's not really a big deal, but for me it's a huge deal, you know. A huge part of why I left my previous job was because of the housing. I tried to negotiate to get a different housing, but they were not buying it. I tried to ask them to remove the furniture so that I could make the house, or rather the apartment, my own, but they still were not buying it. And I was like, okay, I can't. I need to stay in a place where I feel like I'm at home, you know. I traveled halfway across the world, and I at least need to feel like I am home, you know. I feel comfortable when I am in my apartment. So yeah, that's another important thing that you guys should definitely ask about. I hope this was short enough. I hope this was a short enough video, but also very informative. Please do share with your friends who are currently interviewing for jobs in Korea. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and do not forget to leave a comment down below. If you guys are currently interviewing, please let me know in the section down below. And yeah, all the best with your applications. I wish you guys well, and